Over to the NFC where we had two high-stakes matchups. We start with the Rams win over the Seahawks 21-19. Of course, came down to the wire. The missed field goal at the end by Jason Myers. The Rams are 8-2. They have a one-game lead now in the NFC West thanks to this game. The Rams defense, 13 points per game allowed during this 5-game win streak with 11 takeaways. Matthew Stafford is 6-0 in his career versus Seattle since joining the Rams. But it wasn't that easy. This one.
Not at all. I mean, first off, just off the heels of what we're talking about, I go, what do you think the Rams would have beat the Bills by if Josh Allen threw 4 interceptions against the Rams, right? Those are the litmus tests I do in my brain when I think about that. And I go, that would have been a disaster. A disaster. Right? But the Seahawks and the Rams are both better than the Bills as complete football teams. And like you said,
they both have better coaches.
They have
undeniable,
and they have better talent.
Yeah,
they have better talent. And and you look at that yesterday. I mean, you said it right. I mean, the Rams defense, big time, making plays, pressuring Sam Darnold. Right? They're a fast defense. They're fast up front. They're fast in the back end. They made some plays on the ball and all of that. But I think the crazy thing to me is, even with all that, and I think you were going the same way here, is it's 4 turnovers, and you still got a chance to kick a game-winning field goal to win the football game? To me, that says something.
The punter won them the game.
Basically.
Without the most perfect punt I've ever seen in my life,
I
don't think they win the game.
I mean, that was incredible. It was like he hit the bocce ball. He was like, I'm going to hit the bocce ball and knock it out.
I think the broadcast called it a hole-in-one.
Is that what they did?
And I was like, that's exactly what it was.
It was. And but yeah, to your point, the Rams are a complete football team. They are that. But yes, like this shows you how good the Seahawks are. I thought the Seahawks would lose just because it's their first real big game as a team, right? In the Mike McDonald era. Like, oh crap. Like, we could be the number 1 seed. And like, oh crap. Like, everybody's watching us today and we're kind of under the microscope a little bit. I know the Broncos-Chiefs game was on too. I get it. But still, we were all tuned in. It was big.
It felt bigger.
This could be for the number 1 seed and all the NFC. So yes. And then you look at it and you go, man, the Rams only had 1 drive the whole game. The whole game. They drove the ball 1 time. Everything else was because of turnovers and getting the ball in favorable position. I mean, their first touchdown was a 4-play, 3-yard drive. It took them 4 plays to go 3 yards, right? Then they put together 1 good drive at the end of the first quarter. After that, like you said, it was tough sledding. There was a few plays here and there, but yes, this Seahawks team is for real. They are for real. But as we know, the Rams are for real too, and they can get it done a number of ways. I think that's what's awesome about the Rams. We know they can beat you in the pass game. They did run the ball well yesterday, certainly, and we've seen that their defense can win them games as well and play big time that way. So that's why they're so dangerous. But it's one of those where, the Seahawks lost 21-19 on the road, but I go, unlike the Bills, I kind of like there's some things I still like about the performance.
It came down to a field goal.
Exactly.
Right. That, I mean, was really a tough ask of the kicker. And he wasn't close, but it's a tough ask.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I didn't expect him to make it. That's right. But, listen, some of these stats kind of say something. When you go, wait, one team had 414 yards. The other one had 249. The Seahawks had the 414 yards. One team was 7 for 16 on third downs. The other one was 2 for 11. One team had 26 first downs. The other one had 12. The Seahawks controlled the ball 37-22, right? So there's so many elements, again, and I'm not into that, but that does tell you a little something about the flow of the football game. And after the first quarter was over, the better team on the field was the Seattle Seahawks. But the only problem now is their quarterback is going to have to answer this question until he wins one of these games. And it's not going to go anywhere. The team's going to have to answer it. People like you and me are going to question it.
Sure.
Right? I feel bad for Sam Darnold that way. He's still in the early parts of his career in a lot of ways, even though he's played. Been around for a few years. But he hasn't played a ton. And he certainly hasn't played a lot of big game football.
That's always.
And that to me is where the experience of things like this, he needs more of it, and hopefully he'll get better from it.
Yeah, I mean, the turnovers are what stands out here. If you're watching on YouTube, he only had 6 interceptions in the 9 games before this. He throws 4 yesterday. And unfortunately for Sam Darnold, a lot of the narratives around him are going to come down to games like this.
Yeah,
and
they are.
We might have a longer conversation around Sam Darnold this week, depending on how the poll is voted. Seattle entered the game with just 97 offensive plays while trailing. That was the fewest in the NFL. They had 81 yesterday.
Yeah,
so the Rams put them in a very unfamiliar spot.
Exactly right.
They weren't able to respond as well as they had hoped. And they are 0-3 versus the Rams since the start of last season, including the playoffs, of course. They're 21-4 against all other teams. But for all the talk around Sam Darnold, one of his teammates, Ernest Jones, had a strong defense of him. Listen to this.
I mean, Sam's been balling. Like, if we want to try to define Sam by this game or what, man, Sam's had us in every game. So for him to sit there and say, "Oh, that's my fault," no, it's not. There was plays that defensively we could have made plays. There were opportunities where we could have got better stops. Yeah, I mean, like, it's football, man, and he's our quarterback. We got his back, and you got anything to say, quite frankly, you.
I love it.
That was awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a good leader should do. That is. Good leader realizes, can read the room a little bit,
Right.
hears the noise outside a little bit, and go, "Oh, there's a storm brewing. Everybody's gonna start shitting on my quarterback a little
Make
bit."
it more about,
Right.
look here.
Make it more about us. You also let him know we got your back, right? He's gonna like that. And in general, the locker room was probably like that already. They've been watching the games. They're going, "Damn, Sam Darnold. I mean, he's leading the league in yards per attempt and doing stuff. He's aggressive.
He was an MVP
plays.
candidate going
Right.
into this game.
He's making plays."
Yeah.
So they're going, "Damn, we're here and we're in this game because of Sam Darnold. We're not going to abandon ship on him just because he had one bad day." That's what I love. That's what, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mike McDonald told Ernest Jones, "Hey, go up there and stick for the guy." I mean, I really wouldn't be, because I think they're that type of people out there that they get
Right.
that, right? But yes, this is going to be a thing, and he's going to have to squash that. And I talk about the big game experience. There's something to that. One, he might have to check his aggressiveness at the door a little bit in these type of games. Playing the middle class teams and the lower class teams, yeah, you can get away with being aggressive and hey, I'm just going to let it fly today and all that. You get in games like this where we know it comes down to a play or two and everything that way. There is a different nuance in how you have to play these games. There is hey, this is going to be 2-3 point game. Ooh, this is a tight window. Maybe I get sacked. I got to take the sack. Right. Ooh, I'm under pressure. Instead of me trying to find a play for a 4-yard completion and throwing that last interception, just go down or throw it away, right? There is something to big game football and learning that. And, we didn't see it last year against Detroit in Week 18. And, of course, the Rams did this to him in the wild card round when he was a part of the Vikings last year, right? So that's going to be the thing. That's where I feel bad for Sam Darnold. But he'll have another chance. He's going to get to play them at home, and he might have another chance after that in the playoffs too, to squash all these rumors. We'll see where it goes. I still believe in Seattle. I do. Sam Darnold's just going to have to get some of those haters off of him. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.